Me now. I'm in my big handsome shirt, getting ready for Fox Biz. I agree. Good. What up, Amber? How you doing? What up, everybody? Um, when you have days like this, sometimes you look back and you're like, damn it, I wish I did this, or damn it, I wish I did that. And I do that also. You guys heard me whimpering in the first half an hour how upset I was that I didn't hold my spy short just because of the extra half a day or day and a half of pain I took on my big time overlay hedges. Anyway, tried to be a little risk averse, and granted I had a bunch of positions on. They were only 25%, not even of what I had on. When I put on the full positions, 2, 3, 4 days ago, or whenever it was put on, or even Friday. So I feel like I maneuvered out of these longs pretty fast. By 9:50, 9:55, I showed you guys before, I was out of the way. So switch gears, salvage, give some money back. Wait and see. That was the plan. And better plan would have been obviously flip short and make money that way, as well as make money 4 or 5 days long. But sometimes it's not that easy to make money 4 or 5 days long and then switch like that to short. I was trying to transition like the longs, start shorting. The longs went up, started getting out of the longs, and I was really short, and then almost not a lot of longs left. So P.S. Here we are. So that was then. This is now. This is one of the last charts I posted. Here's your big gap. In the Qs now. Got big gaps everywhere. You friggin' breakaway gaps to the downside that usually lead to further downside. Okay, so if you're thinking how do you make money short, you could either be short, or maybe like right now Meta's on 150, 155, about to break lows of the year. If the SPY is going to test 390, you would think Meta's going to be 150, or lower. Google's close. Microsoft is bad. AMD is bad. Nvidia is bad. There's a lot of them. And then will stocks like Tesla and Apple play downside catch up? Could. So anyway, if you remember, I think I drew this right when I was leaving around 12 o'clock. Looked like you had a rally right back to resistance. All right, so it's always good to draw some lines so you don't get sucked in when something should fail or get rejected into resistance versus thinking, oh my God, this is it. Well, this was your move, higher or low, went right into where we kind of broke down with your H cell setup, and if you reshorted a bounce, you got paid. If you made a little bit of money, okay. If you stayed out of the way, that's a strategy also. Dow's down 1,000. And I'm kind of feeling better about myself. They only lost 10, 12 grand. Big deal. Anyway, some guys were yelling at me that I had a few things on heading into a big number. You know what? Most of this year I've been very tactical. I have somewhere, I think, with all my accounts, of 10 million in buying power. So to lose 10 grand on a day that the Dow's down 1,000, yes, I probably could have made better with the hedge, but whatever. What happens happens. What you can control is, the first 30 minutes. You get frustrated and just buy all the way down, and catch a falling knife. I don't catch falling knives. On days like this, I do level versus levels, or I just wait. Anyway, Apple was the weakest one. Apple came in. Look at this little bounce. It topped out by 12.15. At 12.15, it didn't even make another move higher. When you see, 12.15, this is right here, okay? And then this made another move up towards 1:30. This was, highs of this little afternoon, while Apple couldn't even get above it. So that's why I was the first one to go lower. So Apple's been showing relative strength relative weakness, since midday. We kind of saw that relative weakness right here. I remember I bought a little bit. I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt. And, quickly this happened. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to give it to that low. Right there was my last time in Apple, 158.70. Okay, so I made really good money on Friday, really good money yesterday, and today I lost a little bit. It happens. But at least didn't get stubborn and didn't say, well, it was strong yesterday. No, it's a different day, different trade. Anyhow, there were some things that gave you some leeway. Some things you could have bought to go green. You could have done Rivian and just get out of the way. You could have done that in STEM and get out of the way. You could have done a URA, I think, went. A lot of things kind of went, gave you a little bit of a way out. On days like this, when they give you a little way out, sometimes I just take it. I'm like, you know what? I don't know what's happening tomorrow. Give me a little way out today while everybody debates back and forth. That's when I just want to kind of, hit the road fast. Sometimes I use this analogy. It's like a landmine, So sometimes everyone walking down the street, you're heading into battle, and 40 people step on a landmine. It goes click. And everyone's like, what was that? Is that bad? Is it a landmine? Is it a Is it a pistachio shell? Is it this? Is it that? Some guys are like, I don't care what that is. I'm just running away. Some guys are like, well, maybe that's nothing. Maybe it's a leaf. And then P.S., boom. And some who run fast, get out quicker. So anyway, whatever. That's that. It's not the greatest analogy. AMD. AMD, look at this gap and go to the downside. Looks like it's on its way to 71.60. Broke below 83 and change, stayed below it. I could draw so many charts like that. Right now, 77.65. What's AMD doing? It's right around there. Just rallied back. Boom. A powerful move to the downside. This is going lower. It looks lower. NVIDIA, went a little bit below, I guess, this 132.70. Came a little bit back above. No, actually, no, it didn't. Why does that show that? It says 130.14. It didn't get to 130.14. Anyway, maybe that's where it's going. Yes, you guys said that earlier. Island tops everywhere, breakaway gaps to the downside everywhere. Go to the SPYs. Patty Dom just called me. She's like, do you think we could test the lows? I'm like, well, we could at least test last week's lows. She's like, well, do you think we could test the June lows? I'm like, well, we got to get below 388 before we get to 362. Let's just go one step at a time. Either which way, the market was friggin', cute the way they pushed the shorts out of the way. They made it go a few extra days, and then every single body was wrong. So why wouldn't they take back the entire move? Anyway, we'll see. Again, market discovery. Last time we had this big wide range bar that engulfed the range, kind of like this one, led to a move to 388. This could make a move all the way down to who knows. So I'm going to be out of the way. Yeah, there will be some bounce attempts. There will be some things to do, but it's September 13th. There's a lot of month left and a lot of October left, and a lot of time between now and September 21st for the Fed. See what's Microsoft doing today. Microsoft too. Look at that. Left them hanging. Another, so many gaps. I just spoke to my friends from Schoenfeld, and they're all in short. Like, I don't have it in me. But on the 5 days up either, I'm like, what are you long? What are you this? I hate the market. Hate the market. Hate the market. I'm like, we're up 3 days in a row. Are you in Apple? No. Are you in this? No. So he was just waiting for today. Boom. Now he's in. Because we've been, I guess, in a bear tape, so he was waiting for the bear move instead of getting caught. Even though there was some action, I feel like I could do both ways. I don't need to just wait for one side. Try not to. But this meta is about to kind of break the lows of the year here. Some could say this is like a, almost like a head and shoulders top with a double top, and here's your neckline. Wonder how much the puts are. It's like one down day. We just engulfed this entire range, almost. What are we down now? 1022. Let it happen. The quicker it happens, the quicker we accelerate, the quicker we get to where the market wants to go, the less back and forth and choppiness happens. The dollar's been just crawling up, which is not good for equities. Netflix, I haven't touched in a long time. Netflix, another gap and go to the downside. It's got a lot of room to here, got a lot of room to here. Some of these things are still, room to go everywhere. 290 today. All I know is, if you guys remember, first of all, anything could happen, And I remember this day when we had that reversal, and then we went to 401 and sold most of our longs, and we tested a little bit, and then we reversed and went all the way back down to 390. Look at the size of that candle. This, this should, and that actually gave you a chance. It was intraday. This, gapped and just took away half of that. Where's Yasuna? That's probably minus 28. It's only minus 17. Yeah, market oscillator is only like minus 18. Not oversold. We're just up 5 days in a row. We just burnt off the entire oversold condition. Look at that. We didn't even take this back. So oversold conditions aren't going to help. So just get the frick out of the way. SMH? I haven't looked at SMH in a while. It's probably weak. Yeah. Look at that wide range candle on Jackson Hole. Now this looks like it's ready to break this. Up there too. This is. Okay. Look at the weekly of AMD also, by the way. Whew. AMD looks like it's heading to 59. Another bear flag right into the 8 day, I guess. Not even there. $71.60. Now look at this meta on the weekly. Oh. Couldn't even get into the upper end of this spot. $137. What happened? Matty does, I guess, two. Tech tumble. That's the headline, I guess. Anything, I'm gonna do a few things at this point. There's really nothing to show. You have room. This now kind of in this S&P cash and now engulfed this whole spot almost. I drew this wedge yesterday, right? Now, right in the middle of it, you could say this is a red dog reversal sell, and look where it didn't even get to. It didn't get anywhere really. Right into the middle of this wedge, and here's this side of it. Here's 39.03. Just breaks this. Then you have 38.10, I guess, which is the middle of this. And then you have this, and then this. Yeah, it seems like the SMH will lead us lower. If it's going to go lower, it's going to go lower. If the S&P is going to 33.90, this meta right now is about to make new lows. These two. Look at this. Bottom into the channel, ready to go. Yeah, Apple, friggin', what a trap. And Apple has more room too. Let's go to the daily. Listen, we got out of Apple real fast. My last sell I'm looking at an Apple was 158.87. It's at 155. It's $4 below. So we switched some gears there. Now what? I don't know. All of a sudden, test this 152 sooner than later. Scalp got filled. If this is gone, this is done. This doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. And now this matters. This is a powerful candle. Yeah. 3,200 coming. Well, Johnny P, to go to 3,200, it's got to go through 3,900 first, and then it's got to go through 3,630. So we shall see. Let me get a little bit more water.
Yeah. Just some crazy selling. Nice. Great work, Justin. Fantastic trade. City's making some comments right now. That's why Citibank just dropped on some
Plan for my
volume.
wife's BOS account. Just sit. This is where I bought it for her. I bought it right around here. So it's nothing to do. I'll buy another tier if we get to like 3,700, depending if it's a weekday. I got to get the print when we close on the lows. So doing nothing. If we get down here, I'll put another tier to work. I actually hope we get down there. I wouldn't mind putting long-term money to work. I wouldn't mind throwing another $5,000 in my son's 529 account. Also, he's a little behind. Well, it should be higher if we're closer to a bottom. If right now this is just a liquidation, it's not going to be. You know. It really has. It makes it so much harder. No time to blink, no time to be wrong, no time to, second guess yourself. Or, and if you do, and you take something off early, you're better off early than late. You know. I don't like all nothing markets either. It's always Max Payne. The computer's not a program Max Payne. First little to the 5-minute candle there. And some volume. Maybe that gives you a little bit of a retracement. Push back a little bit. 397-ish. Pretty big volume candle. I have no interest, to be honest. I'm just doing some charts, doing some commentary, getting out to where I got to get it to go. Yeah, it does. I quickly got out of all my crypto this morning. once I covered the SPYs and this and that, I went right to my Coinbase account. I got rid of my Ethereum. I got rid of my Bitcoin. Yeah. It got dragged up by the SPYs, I think. But anyway. Remember I posted the day count rules yesterday? Never be big on day 5. You're lucky to be in it. Usually it's usually the other side.
Wow. I don't know. I was asking about that before. It's definitely not a good day. So don't know if like being the worst percentage day. It's definitely not a good day. Yeah. Yeah. Like it wasn't even like the number was like horrible. It was above expectations, but it wasn't. I think a lot of this was just due to people's positioning.
What's this? Like
I
the
mean, think
volume
about
keeps coming in
think
here
about it
trying
at
to
this point.
support
I mean,
this
we
little spot.
all we've really done on the Qs is just drop back to where we were 2 days ago, or 3 days ago. Excuse me. So, it feels horrible because things are getting absolutely crushed and the market's down 4 or 5%. But I mean, literally all we've done is just drop back to where we were on Thursday. So I feel like there was a lot of this is due to positioning. People kind of were buying stuff higher the last few days with the thinking that there could be possibly a cooler CPI.
Yeah.
So all we're really doing is just unwinding that trade. Yeah.
Guys, remember those sell rules yesterday?
I mean,
What was
percentage-wise,
day 4, day 5?
percentage-wise, things are getting crushed. But I mean, if you look at where we're at, I mean, it's really just back to where we were a couple days ago. So ultimately, it comes down to, I guess, where you got involved. Yeah, exactly. It's like people get kind of more optimistic and a little bit more bulled up ahead of events, thinking maybe we'll finally get some light at the end of the tunnel. And fortunately, it's just not playing out that way. Yeah. So I don't. I mean, one of these times, it's things are gonna finally click, and maybe we'll actually get like a signal where the Fed can step off the gas pedal, but don't think we're there yet. And I just think that if there's one takeaway from today, it would be this for me. It's like it's just really moving forward. Just really got to be mindful of your risk around big event days, because the one consistency over the last several months is that the market has been extremely volatile around big events.
JMIA is not something you should be going with right now.
If you want to take one lesson away from today, I feel like that would be it.
Hold on. Yeah, the macro picture on top of the day. Like look, yesterday I posted the day count rules, right? Because everyone's like, "What do you do? What do you do?" I'm like, "Well, we're in day 4. No matter what, day 4, you should never be that big." Yes, you have 25% left over. You have some trailers left over. That's why I started going the other way on the hedge. Granted, did you think today would be down at that set up 1,000 points? But you never have to know exactly what's going to happen. You just have to kind of be positioned in a way that makes sense somewhat. So losing a little bit on trail is okay, but nobody should have been in tier 3 long anything. Even Apple. Apple big day was yesterday. Today you were looking for a little bit of follow through, and you had it pre-CPI. Just saying. I'm not trying to preach. I'm just saying. Another thing being super short and friggin' crushing it today. Then congratulations. I'm not doing that. I'm just saying. There's just some responsible ways to manage things. Busy day. So I'm always not know everything that everyone's doing. Just I'm answering Fox Business, Patty Don from CNBC, T3 Live over here. I'm trying to trade, trying to update charts. A lot of things happen in this little spot, and there's not much support behind them yet. But the alpha teams are. Thanks. Oh. Amber, you appreciate me because you don't trade. I'm kidding. I love you, Amber. Everybody gets a little. For a little. What's the word? A little temperamental. But this apple was dirty, I'm kidding. I don't know. Do you trade Amber also? I know you know a lot about trading. You teach trading. There you go, Amber. Okay. I love you. Sorry. Didn't mean it like that. Still, big gap down, but it's still a lot of openness here. What is this? This is 394. Huh. Anyone have those day count rules we posted yesterday in the chat? So if you look back on them, you're like, oh my god, it could have helped also if I really focused on that. Tomorrow? All right.
All right, guys. I'm gonna hop off the mic over here. I'm not unhappy that we're sliding because some of my put flies are about to move into the money. I guess I wish I'd held some other puts a little bit longer. I thought the September 14th expiration options were going to be at zero,
Looks like,
so
you
when I
know,
was able
Meta
to get some money
closes
out of
below
them,
155. That's good book. Will be saying
figured
take
I'd
home that
take it.
short.
But now my September 14th options might actually be
At
in play,
1100.
which is kind of ridiculous.
Okie dokie. That we don't just sit in things.
Anyway,
Besides,
there's no just before I sign off. There's no earnings tonight.
okay.
Yeah,
By the way, at
Workday
3:30, I
has
got to
a
test
investor
Skype
day, which starts.
with Mike because I have Fox Business at 3:55. Hey, D-Wax up? Got that going for us. Ball 32 cents. What's Google doing here? Look at that. Bottom end of the channel. Gap to the downside. Thank goodness we didn't touch that. That was one of the bigger laggards too. Below 105, 101, 104.
Yeah.
See what
just
the
like a
weekly
bunch of
chart
like
looks on Google.
little tiny companies reporting.
Ready to break below this. This
really
is
only
even
like
at the
2
200
major
day.
names this week.
Now you look at something like, how could name do that? Look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA's back below the 200 day. Where's Amazon? Amazon, you look on the weekly, it's just did a red dog reversal there. And then here's another one. So some of these things start to play downside catch up. There's lots of room here. Look at what Meta is. Meta's already ready to break through here, so Meta's where the relative weakness is. Microsoft. Let's see, I haven't done this chart in a while. Look at this little breakout failure. It's kind of getting on this side of the. It's getting on this. This kind of went up and retested this, right? If you draw this where the lines are. And now it looks like this could turn over too. Here's a 200 day there. I'm not trying to get everyone all bared up. I'm just trying to show where some support is. And if some things happen. Breaks this spot, there's a pretty big void here. 241. And if God forbid Apple plays, catch up to the downside. I haven't looked at this type of chart in a while myself here. Look at this topping tail on the weekly. Let's see what's going on here. To refresh a little bit. Let's say this was look at how many candles that was. Now look at the size of this topping tail. Engulfing. This were to break. D2. I don't know, but a bunch of higher lows all the way up. Topping tail, wide range bar, little red dog reversal. Look how they push the envelope and now. Tesla cracked. I don't know. It feels like if Tesla wanted to play downside catch up, it can. So really, Apple and Tesla are the ones that are so far from these lows. And there's a lot of S&P in there. A lot of Qs in there. This is what 152.68. Just sitting out of the way, guys. If you want to be short, you want to be pressing, do all that. Doesn't mean just because I'm looking at things and preparing different types of notes for whatever it is that I need doesn't mean you can't be trading, you can't be short, or you can be out of the way and cash is a position too. Pretty nasty candle. This was the last time I really, looked at the weekly chart of Apple before that move up. Never got rejected there and pushed everyone through. Well, what did I say? High, lower high, lower high. We'll see. Yeah. 2%, right? Where are we? Sometimes trading is trading, and sometimes sitting on your hands is trading. Sometimes switching gears by 9.55 is trading. Right now, Apple's at 154.39. No stubborn trade train. Trade changed. Salvaged other things that I had little pieces of. Not saying I did. I wouldn't. I would give myself. I'd give myself a B today. It was almost an A, and then I actually I caused it to be a B, which is fine. Could have been a lot worse. SPY's down 16. I covered my friggin' last SPY short at 408 and a quarter. That's anyway. That's true. Yeah, I got out everything very fast, which is fine. And today's just a small down day versus a disaster. I just wanted to profit from a day like today. I wanted to, I was trying to hand off to the shorts and get rid of the longs and hand off to the hedge and then be more hedged and be net short and less long. And it wasn't the easiest thing to do because they stretched it one more day. You give me an A-? Thank you. Yeah. No, an A is flipping and making money and like having a rock star day, like some of my friends at Schoenfeld. A B is breaking even, or B- is losing a little. So I'll take losing a little. Yeah, Pins held in there pretty well. Thank you, whatever they're called. What's that guy's name again? Citron. Holding in there. That's why I'm still in a little bit. All right, it's 3:15. Still bleeding lower. Let's see what Bitcoin's doing before I go. Wow. That's why you have stops with a wide range bar. I didn't even wait. I think I got out at like 21,005. And here, if you trade Bitcoin for a living, this was a red dog reversal also. Got above this, came back below it, and then pow. Wide range bar. Boom. If you were in it, this was 21.11. That's why I said that could be your stop, 20,800. Now who knows? Now it looks more like just another big channel with a lower high, red dog reversal, and poor Intel, right? Oh my God! You see what Intel? Holy cow! Intel used to be like the quality of all qualities. So that's why I'm just saying, don't get a false sense of security with AMD either. AMD used to be like $3. They used to say that they keep AMD in business so there's no antitrust problems against Intel, and then AMD became a darling. And right now AMD is not looking so hot. Looking, it's breaking below this spot here. If you wanted to be short something also overnight, I would think AMD. Yeah. Well, no margin calls yet. Margin calls will be tomorrow. We get in this type of market, we're going to have those 12:30 to 2 o'clock margin calls. I don't think yet. We just rallied. Nobody out there bought stuff really. It was traders trading it, computers trading it. I know my friends who are money managers. They did buy some around 3,900 also, but we weren't up enough to sell that to trade around it, and no one's going to rebuy it here. It's going to be one of those chopping, do nothing, be careful trades. You're not selling your AMD? Where do you own it from? Like 10 years ago or from yesterday? It all depends. Yeah. That's like down 5%. All right, so maybe I got a B plus. I only didn't really lose that much in all comparisons. Yeah, there you go, Meta. About to break a big level. Apple, what a dirty move. If it starts to play downside catch up, we'll go down fast. Just saying. Which wouldn't be the worst thing. I wouldn't mind, like let Apple engulf this and just take this out and just get this over with. Get this type of trade over with. Yeah. Especially after 5 updates. So get this. Well, news is going to come out that probably Elon settles with Twitter for $1 billion or something like that, and it might be viewed as short-term positive, but still doesn't matter. I don't know. Maybe next week. Not September 21st is next week. That's true. Today's only Tuesday. My goodness. Anyway, so again, sometimes you just have to navigate quickly. We got out again. Right now, the SPYs are at 394.80. Apple, we were done. Last sell at 955 after selling some pre-CPI. And out of everything, when everything broke its 5-minute low or 10 or 15-minute low, it was a quick out. XBI was 956. Ruby and I didn't do as well because I did it early. This was 932. Ford was 937. SPY, they tried it one more time and it didn't work. Besides, anyway. Looks like Meta's going to break below this 154. I'm not. I stayed out of the way all day. I tried one little one around 12:15 and lost 20 cents, and then said I'm done. I'm getting out of here for the afternoon. I have to, I had a bunch of meetings. I had a bunch of notes. I had to write a whole big note set for Liz Clayman and for Patty. Supposed to chart of Apple. Apple doesn't hold that low from last week. That'll accelerate things later this week. Might be a spot. I might pay that for a bounce tomorrow, not today. Yeah. It's been like that for a while. It's true. My friends from Schoenfeld yell at me about that too. They gotta be short more. But again, there's ways and spots to do both. I feel like Tesla should play downside catch up, but you can't short something like that that's showing such relative strength until it starts to play catch up to the downside. Yeah, NVIDIA, it's gonna break 130, 3270. AMD down 8%. Listen, if you're good at shorting, lace into it. Do your thing. I'm just sitting back and wait. Sit back and wait. Look for spots. Today was your day one. Could have shorted every bounce. Tomorrow probably be a little bit of give and take back and forth. Bring out the bear.
The CCA CFO said thank you for the federal exposure, $11 billion in reserve. C. That's the market prices.
My wife's up 14% this year in her long-term account. Yippee. What's up, son? What's behind the fun rally? It's because I think T-Wax up a little bit. They moved together.
MRA, Camaro Life Sciences, being revised now $3.89 at 97%. Probably like about an alpha.
You almost don't need to be in any long. It's like today they were trying to get me to give them stocks on Fox Business. I'm like, you know, if you're in any stock, it's going to go down. If we're going to 3,900 or going to 3,640, why be in any of them? You know. Granted, it's hard to time everything. I'm just saying, on an active basis, stock-wise. There you go, Anthony. Hey, Mike.
Hey, Scott. How you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing all right. All right, let me turn things off so we could test out Skype.
Cool. Sounds good.
Hold on. Hmm. 180 points. All right. You want to try me?
Yep.
What are you going to do? You just going to Skype me? Because last time, if you remember, the speaker didn't work. I couldn't hear them.
I thought we got that fixed where you were able to hear me afterwards.